You're lying. I never hit you. You are tearing me apart, Lisa.
Yeah.
Not the beat! Ah!
I used to fuck guys like you in prison.
I used to love Doggy Chow. I used to love Doggy Chow too.
You can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it.
How did you know? I love this song.
I am Porco. I take care of the plate while the master is away.
Welcome to Everyone's Critic, a show where a guest picks a movie rated below 40% on Rotten Tomatoes and tells us why critics got it wrong. I'm your host, Yanis Cove, a formerly pretentious film school student who 10 years later sees the error of his ways. My guest today you know is one of the biggest stars of TikTok and Instagram. He's a comedian, author, and has amassed a following of millions with his hilarious content. It's the Povo King himself, Shabaz Says.
Thanks for having me.
How are you doing today?
Well, I just came through Bethnal Green, which was a track.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
You've been through Bethnal Green before?
No, interesting. I just came from Leicester Square and then
Yeah, you're currently like staying in Leicester Square, which is like
I know.
fancy.
Only if people pay for it. I'm not paying for
exactly.
myself. Yeah, you know, it was an interesting journey down from Bethnal Green Station to your studio. I was filming it on the way, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't say anything because people would be like, "What's wrong with Bethnal Green?" I was like, well, "Yeah."
I love it around here, but like I love it because of the food around here.
Yeah,
like, the food is so
I
good.
can imagine. But things like that's the thing, like places where it's not always so like gentrified or like always have the nicest food places. It's always where you want to find somewhere to eat. You go to like these kind of areas. But yeah, it was really funny. Like I'm not a snob in the slightest, but I sound like one. No, I don't know. But I was walking through Bethnal Green. I was like, this is London.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a real London.
Where are you based now?
I'm still up north, still
Okay.
in Blackburn, my hometown,
okay,
which
yeah.
isn't any better. You know what I mean? I'm acting like I'm from somewhere.
I mean, I've never been to Blackburn, so
you
I
don't want
I
to.
don't-
Well, you'll feel right at home if you're from Bethnal Green. Trust me, it's exactly the same.
It's nice. Yeah, like I don't know. I've been working in Bethnal Green for like 7-8 months now. But
Yeah.
like before that, I was working in I was living in Whitechapel.
Yeah.
Which is like
Just as bad.
It's just the same. It's just exactly
no,
the same.
do you know what
like,
it is? I will say these kind of areas have so much character. Like,
Yeah.
you do also feel a sense of like, it sounds really weird, but if you live here and you're part of the community, you do feel safe in
Yeah.
a way. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Like Blackburn's like that. Like other people might see Blackburn as like, you know, whatever it is, it has its reputation. But for me, I know everyone.
Yeah.
I know the area. I know where my corner shop is. I know where
Yeah,
uncle's
literally.
shop is. You know what I mean? I know where all the dry cleaner is, or even like stupid things like, you know, like, and you want milk in the middle of the night, you
Yeah,
know that you just knock on
exactly.
uncle's shop and get it from there. So,
Exactly, yeah. That's what I love about it. Like,
Yeah.
but also, like you were saying, like some of the areas aren't. This is so gentrified. This area.
Oh,
if you
is
go like to
it?
some parts of
Right,
it,
it
this
probably
is
is now, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
this is very
Does
gentrified.
this come into Hackney?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And everyone talks about Hackney as like,
Yeah.
oh my God, it's so nice. It's so like hippie.
Yeah, I
It
wonder
wasn't
why.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
do remember this from like this area 10 years ago, and you just like, would not go near it,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it was so dangerous.
Yeah, kind of mad, isn't it? But that's what they're doing to like, look at Camden. Like Camden
Camden is so weird now.
Yeah, Camden's got like a really odd
It doesn't know what
culture.
it doesn't know what it wants to be.
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, it wants to be street, but then it's
Yeah.
also got like really expensive apartments there. So yeah, it's crazy.
No, I remember Camden from my like teens and everything, and that was like the rock punk sort of scene.
Yeah,
and like
yeah,
now
yeah.
it just feels a bit like too dated, and
Well,
like now
I remember Camden. I actually watched Ed Sheeran perform in Camden before he was Ed Sheeran, like
Oh,
the
right,
celeb.
yeah.
Yeah, I watched him perform. I saw Jess Glynn perform there as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, it's like quite a lot of people who were just like. I mean, I remember Ed Sheeran. We went out as friends to like this pub, and he was just playing his little guitar in the pub, and I didn't even know of him. And it's only when he brought it up. I interviewed him recently, and he brought it up there. He was like, "Oh yeah, I remember when I was playing," and I was like, "Oh my God, I was there at the same time. I
Yeah,
remember you
you
now."
didn't
I
even
was
like place it.
yeah, I didn't
That's
clock
so
that it was
funny.
Ed Sheeran.
Yeah,
it
of
just wouldn't
course.
have felt.
It's just some guy with a guitar. You don't really think about
There's
it.
so
and
many of them. innit?
Exactly.
So, yeah. But that's
Could be
interesting.
any pub you go to.
I know, it's mad, isn't it?
But yeah. So what else have you been up to since you come down to London? Like you're only down for a few days, aren't you?
Yeah, I always block book stuff in, so like it is chock-a-block
Yeah.
because I live up north and I haven't chosen yet to move down south.
Mm.
So I think whilst that's, I don't know whether I will, but I tend to make sure that everything when I come down, it's worth not worth coming down, but like let's just do everything. Then I don't have to go back up and come down again.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Sometimes I'll have like a block Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Yeah.
Friday, and then go down one for the weekend or whatever. So
Oh, nice.
And then if somebody else pays for the stay and the train down, then golden.
Absolutely,
innit?
yeah.
Sometimes they don't though, because we haven't got the budget. All right, well, I'm already doing free
Mm.
work for you, and you haven't got the budget for a train either. So no. Yeah. Find someone else who
literally.
lives closer, not 4 hours away.
Yeah, but they want you because you're the big star.
No, that's the only other thing as well, isn't it? They're like, I was like, well, you haven't got the budget. Well, then I don't know I don't know how to help you in this situation. Like, find a budget for just a train. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
bare minimum, get me a train down
Yeah.
at least or something. So
Yeah, but you were saying like right before we were recording that you've been going since like 2013 or something.
yeah,
which is
yeah.
wild.
Yeah, we took 2013. I uploaded my first ever video. I don't know if it's still on YouTube. I might put it back on and react to it, but it was on YouTube. And back then, I wasn't as PC as I am now. So
Yeah.
I do live shows. I've just done Come Back from Fringe.
Yeah.
And live shows are very old school Shabaz. So like that's very swearing, cussing out. I
Yeah.
love insult comedy's always been my thing. So
Yeah.
like I love the idea of like taking the mick out of people. Yeah, so I started creating in 2013, and it was very different. It was a very different time. I remember then I was like doing content that was a bit more on the nose. I was
Yeah.
very like controversial, I should say. But then I became a teacher, so then that stopped.
Yeah.
And then I just never went back to that kind of content. But then
Yeah.
when I started the new content, it just didn't translate with the audience.
Right.
So my YouTube just took like a pause,
Mm.
never really grew. And then lockdown happened, and then
So in lockdown, you decided to try something
yeah.
new, and then
with lockdown, I thought, let me just short form, just
Yeah.
create videos, and then it kind of thingy. But I remember 2013 to about 2015, I was posting pretty much every day.
really
Yeah,
every
yeah.
day.
Pretty much, like I'd post like every other day or something.
Were they like vlogs or something?
No, they were more like scripted videos. Like, back in them days, you did. So I'm talking the era of like Chubby Bunny Challenge and
Yeah.
like, the whole 5 types of friends, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Those kind of like
Yeah.
different types of parents. So
Mm.
it was all that kind of stuff.
Oh,
But I'd block
wow.
film them so then I could just push them
Yeah,
out.
that makes-
So,
yeah, that makes way
so
more
at
sense.
least a minimum 2-3 videos a week.
That's wild. I had no
know.
idea you did
No,
that.
and I used to get like 100 views, and I loved it. Like even
Aw.
50 views, I was like, this is amazing. Like I can't believe like people are watching. Like,
Yeah.
I remember at the time, even when I first started posting my TikToks, and like 10 people, like even like when I'd hit the first ever like 5,000 views, I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, and then like if it ever went into like the Ks or like 10K, I was like, yay.
Yeah. Do you remember the video that took off?
Yeah, it was the ice one. So I like did I think there's quite a few videos that had their own special moment.
Yeah.
But what really started this whole thing was I'm Rich Or Poor, the ice video. So it's
Yeah.
still pinned on my TikTok if you
Yeah.
want to see it. But it's that was the one that sort of like started the trajectory of like where I am now.
I think that might have been the first one that I saw. and
Yeah,
then-
yeah. It's the one that a lot of people saw, and then there's Roy's Sister Cherie one, and just some odd like prior to that, I had a couple of viral hits.
Yeah.
But nothing like that was just odd viral hits.
Yeah.
I've always said though, and this might be slightly off topic, but I've always said you do not want to go viral. A lot of people really want to, but believe me, from a perspective of like marketing, branding, and making money,
Yeah.
you don't want a viral audience, because a viral audience only wants the same thing over
Yeah,
and
of
over.
course.
Whereas a community or a brand or a like a family or whatever you
Yeah.
create, whatever you want to call them. I call them my Pavo gang. Like to create a community or to
Mm.
create a loyal following
Yeah.
or an audience requires a lot more work than just
does.
a couple of viral moments.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong. Occasionally, I do drop a little like viral clip because I'm like, I need to boost my ego, and sometimes I need to drop my ego. I'm like, oh, 2 million views, yay! But most of the time, it is based on like providing some sort of commentary or something for my community.
Yeah.
Because I
absolutely.
built that with them. So
Yeah.
so that's.
I mean, you definitely you're one of the people that I see that has like a real community around you, which is great. And,
They're
like,
really loyal as
yeah.
well. Like they are, like the Pavo gang have
Yeah.
my back. They're brilliant. And I love them for it because they really do. Buy the book, buy
Yeah.
the tickets, and not only that, like just if I do something amazing, they're like, yes, come on, like they're the
Yeah.
ones sharing the videos, and
Yeah.
I've got a little group, on Instagram, you got
Yeah.
channels.
Yeah.
Got a little channel as well, and that's like the real loyal audience there that are
Aw.
like listening to everything and like promoting everything and doing. And I think that's the best thing about. But that wouldn't have come from a viral audience. I was viral for a long time, and it took me so long to step away from like just being the viral person.
Yeah, to
Because
like to shift into that.
and also a loss in views. So I remember the
Yeah.
first shift I did was going into like something else.
Mm.
I remember the views dropped, and that
Yeah.
really was like, oh my God, the views have dropped, because I got caught up in it. I was
Mm.
never a views followers kind of person until I got caught up into it.
Right.
I got really lost into like the views and the followers, and I
Yeah.
thought, damn, who have I become? And then I stepped away and I started doing other things, you know, like move into like interviews and podcasts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's when I started doing political commentary or other types of
Yeah.
commentary. And I thought, actually, yes, the views have dropped, but eventually I'll build a stronger connection with people.
And you're doing what you want as well. You're
Yes,
doing
yeah.
actual stuff that
Yeah,
you
yeah.
enjoy, as
Not
opposed
just
to
the
like
same thing.
focusing on trying to get the views around it. And
Yeah. Or the same quote, a different version of it. Like it's
Exactly.
literally the same video, but different version. People
Yeah.
always say to me like, when you can do ice videos again? I'm like, there are hundreds of them. Like, I don't know how many more. I don't know how many more I can say.
you can't.
Nothing's gonna change. It's
Yeah.
gonna be the same format, the same thing. So people evolve, and like if you like someone, you'll evolve with them.
Yeah.
Like there's always gonna be a comedic element to anything I do.
Yeah.
But you evolve with the person and
Absolutely.
grow with them, and that's the community I want. So I will say to anyone that's listening and that is trying to grow their platform, the biggest thing that you should look at is when you look at a video of something you've done that you're passionate about, and that 50 comments, that 20 comments, those are your audience.
Mm.
That's the one you want. You don't want the 5,000 comments from a viral clip. You want that 50 comments, that, you know, that 50 people that have took their time out to comment on something that you're passionate about. You know, I've reviewed a movie.
Yeah.
And they're there and they're in it. And, you know, I've done an advert and they're there, they're commenting.
Yeah.
That's the audience you want.
Oh, that's so lovely.
Yeah, because we all chase the numbers, don't it? We
Of
all
course
want,
we
like,
do,
the
but
thing
like
you-
at the same
we all
time,
want the viral
yeah.
clip, don't we? But ultimately, what you really want is a loyal audience
Yeah,
that will
that's-
follow you on the journey.
Exactly, and that's what I appreciate about my audience from here. So that they followed me over from the audio version into the video now. Like now that they're slowly
Yeah.
forward. I've just started the Patreon with them and everything.
Yeah.
So like,
And they're
yeah,
there, aren't you?
yeah.
They're there for you.
They
They're
show
there
up.
on all your journey, whatever
Yeah.
you go and do. And that's the best thing about it. Is
Yeah.
So chasing virality and chasing like having these amazing clips and numbers and millions of followers is great.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it does nothing for engagement, firstly.
It doesn't, because those are also the people that won't come back.
They're not going to come
necessarily.
back. They're not going to buy your stuff. They're
Yeah.
not going to push you out of the life you live to a different life. They're not going to
Exactly.
help support you on a. There might be some of them there, but then a lot of them will just unfollow because they'll be like, oh, well, I only followed because he was doing ice videos. He's stopped doing ice videos now, so I'm not following.
Yeah.
And that's the reality of it. And
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. For a long time, I wasn't okay with that. But now
Mm.
I'm like, actually, it's all right. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm not for you anymore, that's
totally
absolutely
okay. Yeah. You've got your core fan base, and that's what
Yeah,
you
yeah,
want,
yeah.
and they're going to be there with you, and they're gonna follow you to whatever you do.
I mean, there are people that like still talk about my YouTube videos and that I meet in the
Wow.
streets or come to my shows and they're like, "Oh my God, I remember when you used to do X, Y, and Z YouTube." And I'm like, "Oh, you've been around.
That's a day
while."
one.
Yeah, I was like, "You've been around a while." And those ones are the ones you want, innit? Because they're the
Yeah.
ones that are coming up to you and remembering you and also
Yeah.
have followed you on this path.
Oh.
So that's the thing.
amazing.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's so
those
cool.
are the cool ones. I'm like,
That must feel so good when you meet them.
yeah, but also I'm kind of like, oh God, like I also cringe. You know when you cringe at your old videos, I was
Yeah.
like, oh God, yeah, I remember those. They weren't very good. But
I look at some of the TikToks I made in lockdown, and I'm like, what was I doing?
Oh God, some of the old. If you could scroll down right to the bottom, if you can ever scroll down, right to the bottom, some of those videos I'm doing those like TikTok dances
Oh.
and transition videos.
Yeah.
And, it's cringe, but.
I was
It was
doing like videos to like the viral sounds and stuff.
Oh,
and I'm
I've
like,
done them.
God.
Yeah. And when you like the lockdown sounds,
Yeah.
lockdown sounds weren't they as well? So they give me like PTSD when I listen
Yeah.
to them. I'm like, no, it's a very dark time.
Filming
yeah.
myself on a green screen because that's all you could at the
I've
time.
done
Like,
that, I've done that as well because they didn't have the green screen
Yeah, no,
option, did they? You had to use your
Yeah.
own green screen. Oh, I've done that as well. Yeah. Oh God, yeah, I've done all
Oh, those were the
that.
days.
Shudder, innit? Shudder. But yeah.
Oh, but yes. Okay, so let's move on to what you came on to talk about, which is you've come on to defend the movie. So it's just called Eternals.
Yes.
It's called Eternals.
I have come on to defend it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you just like threw it straight out there. You were just like Eternals.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I've heard so much discord around it, and I'm like,
Oh, there is. Yeah.
it's not even that bad. I don't know why everyone hates it. I genuinely enjoyed it, and I can't fathom what it is that people don't like about it.
Right. So what's your history with it then? Do you?
So I'm a massive comic book fan anyway,
Okay,
right? Massive nerd. Love comic books. Love superheroes, but also love alternative superheroes.
Yeah.
One thing I love is history being rewritten.
Yes.
So like that's why I love Doctor Who.
Yeah.
So Doctor Who is one of those where where he goes back and like what you believe as history was like, no, it's not. Like he was there helping Pablo Picasso do it. You know what I mean? He was there. And it's almost really fun because you think, like the Doctor is the reason why
he's
we
the
have
reason
what we have. Yeah. So the idea of like the Eternals being historical figures in what history has named them, Athena or Icarus, and the stories that we've grown up thinking on mythology has literally was people. I think it's fascinating.
That's so interesting. Yeah, like one of the things I found like really interesting what you said just now is that you're such a fan of Doctor Who and the change of it. I was thinking the entire time watching this is like a high budget Doctor Who episode.
It is, isn't it? It's just literally that. Like they literally went. You watch the history of like how they helped humanity. There's plot holes in it, right?
Of course.
And the links to. I think the problem we've got is superhero fatigue.
Yeah, that was the point we hit. I feel.
Yeah, superhero fatigue. Plus, I think the annoying thing that we've got is this group of people that are so loyal to superhero fandom.
Yeah.
That won't want to see woke films. And to them, anything outside of a straight white male is too woke.
Yeah.
So like if it's not Captain America, American, red-blooded white male, then I you know what I mean? And with Wakanda, like with what's it called? Black Panther.
Yeah.
The black community rallied around it, which is why, and it's a good film as well. Like there is that, but also the community rallied around it and was like, it's for us.
Yeah.
So I feel like Eternals just got the backlash of like, oh, there's a deaf character in there. Oh, there's a character who might be gay. Or there's a character who is Asian. You know what I mean? I just think, I don't know what the defense is. Maybe I'm probably going to get crucified for saying it, but I genuinely loved Eternals. I thought it was such a good film.
How many times have you seen it? Do you know?
A lot of times.
A lot of times.
I love, do you know what it is? The history aside, I love a full display of power.
Yeah.
So I love like various different displays of power.
Right.
So when I have like moments where I watch a movie where I'm like, oh my God, you get to see. So I loved Heroes. I don't know if you remember Heroes growing up.
Yeah, I remember the first series of Heroes and I remember loving it. And then like...
but we don't talk about it because it kind of went downhill. But like the idea of like, that's why I love the X-Men.
Yeah, the X-Men are great.
Because you've got a plethora of powers and every single person you can relate to in a very different way. And you've got just a full display of different kinds of power.
Yeah.
And I think that's what to me is so fascinating about Eternals, but also like, I also really like the X-Men, right? So you know how everyone really talks about Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix as really bad movies? I really like them as well.
Oh no, I'm glad you didn't pick those. I'm glad you didn't pick Dark Phoenix at least.
No, because I actually really like them. I know in the
Apocalypse I think is fine, but like...
Do you know what it is? In the grand scheme of things, I get it. They're not the best. but to me, it's still an expansion on the X-Men franchise.
Yeah.
They could have done better with Dark Phoenix, but I think Dark Phoenix as a movie is never going to work. It's just too much power.
There's way too... Yeah.
It's too much display. But that's what I think Eternals' problem was. That if you keep them separate from the current MCU, I think it works.
I think that's what the issue was. Yeah. I do think like I think as a standalone film, if you like don't talk about it in the space of the MCU, it's like, this is a good film, this is fun and everything, and this is interesting, but like you put it into like you're trying to push them into the MCU in that way, and you're like,
and then also that whole we didn't do anything because of Thanos, even though Thanos was like a threat to the entirety of the universe.
Exactly, yeah.
But no, we didn't step in. But this is a problem that happened with Captain Marvel.
Yes.
So Captain Marvel is a good film.
Yeah.
But the problem with it is you give her full display of this biggest strength of power. There's no character growth.
No.
Because you literally, at the end of the movie, which is already set in the past, she's the strongest Avenger, or strongest superhero.
And then you go, so where is she now?
So where is she? She's going to have to be. Whereas if they showed her gradual growing her powers, and the reason why she couldn't fight Thanos was because, or like, couldn't get involved because she didn't have the power to do it. Yeah. Now, at the end, at Infinity War, comes in, full strength powers.
Exactly, that would have been so good.
You'd be like, yes, she's here. But for her to be so super strong and then going, well, I was kind of helping other people. Love, the whole universe was at stake. So while we appreciate it, currently Thanos is here.
Yeah,
the man that's a threat
the
to
main
the universe
threat of the universe
on our planet. So maybe leave the people that aren't being come over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think Marvel do a disservice sometimes.
Yeah, they shot themselves in the foot there with
they
that.
do a
like-
disservice, don't they? It's this linking and multiverses and all of this, and trying to do too much fan service, but also trying to do too much linking.
Yeah.
You can just have a standalone movie,
Yeah.
and it doesn't have to be. Because like Fantastic Four, I liked it because Fantastic Four was kind of great in its own universe. Yes, they might be able to come over, but in their own universe, they're the strongest people. They haven't had the Thanos level threat or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, they've just been dealing with their own problems.
Yeah.
And that's also an Eternal thing. Eternal thing is if they were just dealing with, their universe's problems.
Yeah.
There were Eternals on other planets, but we're just focusing on this universe's Eternals. I think they went too big too quick, and
Yeah, they did. And like this is a huge this is a huge cast and a huge budget and like
and such a good cast.
yeah.
Like the plethora of acting abilities in that movie.
I want to read the cast. It's Gemma Chan, Richard Madden, Kumail Nanjiani, Leah McHugh, Brian Tyree Henry, Lauren Ridloff, Barry Keoghan, Don Lee, Kit Harington, Salma Hayek, and Angelina Jolie.
My God.
Like that's what I think. This is also one of the issues. It's too big of a cast.
Oh yeah. No, but I think to be fair, movies work with that big of a cast in the
They
past.
can do.
You know what I mean? Like
They
think
can
about
do.
like X-Men. Yeah, okay, they become legends now. We're not thinking about having Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen,
Halle Berry, Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman, Halle Berry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Having all of those actors in a film was also a big. I do think they do work because if you think about like Knives Out series and stuff like those like
You're right.
Murder
Yeah,
on the
that's
Orient
true.
Express and stuff, they always tend to have like a plethora of a cast.
Yeah.
It's just again, I think it just faltered with the linking.
Yeah.
It's just the linking because you're kind of like you do kind of have that moment of, well, I'm sorry, but I've just spent ages going through, and it came out at the wrong time.
It
'Cause
came
had
out
it come out-
completely the wrong time.
If it come out prior to the Thanos threat and all that, then I feel like you would have had like, that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
But then also you could kind of bring them into the thing, but then they're also too powerful for everyday life. So when they came and defeated Thanos, this is a problem we're going to have with Wanda.
Yeah.
Prior to post WandaVision and post Multiverse of Madness, you're going to have this problem, aren't you? Because Wanda is so strong.
Yeah. Nobody can compete. So like, what do you do with that?
Like after she completely annihilated, Dr. Xavier, the Professor X, sorry. After she completely annihilated Professor X and the Fantastic Four and Captain America or Captain Marvel and, Captain America or what she called Captain Carter.
Yeah.
Well, she's not got much competition, is she?
No.
Like, she's not going to have competition because she is so strong. This is what they need to do. As much as they want to have these really powerful beings in their universe, sometimes they need to leave them alone.
They do, yeah. They need to stay in their own. It's weird to say that they need to stay in their own universe, but
stay in your own lane, innit?
Yeah.
Right? Give me a standalone movie. I'm happy
Standalone
with
movie,
it,
exactly.
Right?
Don't try and
link it
link.
in.
Yeah, don't link it in.
Yeah.
They can come into the universe eventually when you do the multiverse stuff, but like right now, it's too much. It's too many things at once.
Like if you think, have you watched Thunderbolts?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
Okay, so Sentry is incredibly.
I've seen the clip.
powerful.
I've seen the clip of.
I mean,
yeah.
boom, and you're gone, right? Just looks at you and your shadows.
Yeah.
Then you kind of have to vault his powers because otherwise he's too powerful for normal people. Like having Dark Phoenix or having the Phoenix or Jean Grey as the Phoenix. I mean, she is powerful.
Yeah.
So who is gonna be able to compete with her?
What do they do?
No one.
What do they do because you're a fan of comics? What do they do in the comics to like kind of
I think
deal with all of this?
I feel like in the comic books it's easier because you can play around with like the power. You can play around with power and what it means. And also, don't forget, comic books. There's so many different storylines and versions happening, so they don't always necessarily link them together. They don't do this crossover of like MCU coming over. You know what I mean? They don't always mix them. I feel like in the comic books they do still class them as powerful, but I think that's what they do because in comic books they're so powerful. But they did it well because again they isolate them in their little pocket storyline. You know what I mean? Like it's a pocket
It's only
storyline.
it's its own thing.
Yes.
It doesn't affect the rest of the.
The whole of MCU, every superhero you've ever known. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Superman just dipped into the MCU at one point just to help out. You know what I mean?
One of the things they talk about in here in this movie is like they reference Batman and Superman.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah.
that feels weird for a Marvel movie.
Yeah, no, it is. I don't know. I will defend it because as a movie on its own, I think it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Just-
So like, okay, do you want to? Are you able to? This is one of my issues with the movie, but are you able to explain the plot, the basic plot of it? Do you think you?
Yeah.
Do you think you could?
Well, a bunch of heroes, a bunch of superpowered beings,
Yeah.
get sent to the planet to help humanity develop
Yeah.
because the creators of the universe. Yeah, that's hard. The creators of the universe like to grow inside the planet once it comes to its full form.
Yeah.
Once humanity gets to its best,
There you go. Yeah.
they then break out and are fully born
Yeah.
and destroy the planet. And then the superpowered beings get their memory wiped and then move on to another planet.
Actually, you did a good job. Yeah. Well done.
A lot of things to.
It's a lot, and it's trying to understand it and also like trying to remember all of their names and like
Yeah, that's also true.
like it's that I'm
like I remember Athena and Icarus because
mythology. Like,
mythology.
yeah.
But I mean, I can't remember some of the other names.
there's I had to write them all down because it's like
I probably could if I thought about it. You got
I mean Gemma Chan. Do you remember her name in it? Because she's kind of the lead in it.
Yes. No.
No, Cersei.
Cersei.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I should have remembered that one. That's
Richard Madden's Icarus.
Icarus, and then you've got
Kumail is Kingo.
Kingo. Barry Keoghan's character. I don't remember his name.
Druig. I wouldn't have remembered that.
No, Druig. Yeah. And then
You got Gilgamesh. Ajak.
What's the young one?
Sprite.
Sprite.
Right, yeah.
But even Sprite, like that's a mythological.
Yeah.
It is good. I mean, anyway, I can't keep defending it. It's there's gonna be people that absolutely murdering me in the comments.
No, it's like it is what it is. Like you enjoy the movie. Like what is your other than what you've said already, like what do you love about the movie other than like the aspect of like the world building and the powers and
I also think like individual stories as well. Like I think like the journey of individual characters, it's really hard to do that in a movie with that many characters.
It's very hard.
But I do feel like they did give some justice to some of them.
Yeah.
Some growth.
Yeah.
But again, I think that's where they do falter because you've got so many characters. You're not really going to be able to see a lot of character development in all of them.
No.
So you're going to see a central storyline centered around one or two of them.
You have to.
And then the other ones sort of just then become side characters, even though they are not meant to be. But then your storyline clearly is not I think as a TV show, it might have worked.
This is what I've been reading as well. People have been saying they're like, it would have worked as a 10-part TV show.
Yes, because I think you could have given each person an episode and their backstory and their central struggle and then linked them back together as like how they are where they are, because then you really get the meat of which is why I prefer series over movies now. I do prefer series over movies. I think you've got time to I mean, not current the way they do it, like I can't deal with this take 3 years to give me an 8-episode series, you know what I mean, and then
absolute nightmare.
Split it into 2 parts Wednesday Netflix. But the fact is, like, I'm of a generation of 22 episodes a season.
Oh, me too. Yeah,
you could really, really, really understand the character. I do think sometimes
filler episodes in there.
The filler ones are so good because you really got to see a different side of the character, and you really felt for these people when that season finale happened and they kill someone off, or when the season finale happened and someone has something happen to them. You would feel it because you spent an entire 22 episodes in that season getting to know them.
Yeah.
So, in 10 episodes, I'm sorry, I just barely know you. And sometimes I don't care enough. I just want it to end now.
Now some of them are like 6 episodes.
Yeah. That's bad, isn't it?
Well, what are you doing with 6 episodes? How are we supposed to get anything out?
Yeah, like you get a story. They start with it being like big story, big cliffhanger. Episode 2 starts to recover. Episode 3, you get a bit more. Episode 4 is solved. Episode 5 is a wrap up. Episode 6, it's live a cliffhanger for next season.
Did you see Ironheart?
I didn't finish it. I watched the first 2 episodes.
But like they burned it out. They burned it over 2 weeks.
Oh,
They did 3 and 3.
Oh, yeah, well, that's
They're just like,
but this is the problem,
just get it out.
again, with this binge watching culture, is you've lost the ability to sit and discuss. Like, imagine you had a film and TV podcast.
Exactly.
You're losing the nuances of certain episodes, which are filmed like that.
Exactly.
They're just not shown like that.
Yeah.
So, like, I will talk about Wednesday, for example. Wednesday wasn't meant to be split into 2 parts.
Right.
So then what you've done is you've kind of left it as a cliffhanger, and then in between given us a trailer which spoils, because you should have just given us one trailer at the beginning, would have watched all the episodes. Plus every week, that end episode, you can sit back and talk about it.
Yeah.
Tell you who did it really well, Paradise on Disney+.
Yes, that was great
Weekly,
for that.
every week you sit down, wonder what the future is, wonder what's going to happen. You discuss it. Doctor Who, for example, every week you're discussing it. You're sitting back, you're talking to your family, you're talking to your friends. You've got a community built around it. Where it failed was The Residence failed for that.
Oh, okay.
So The Residence on Netflix, if you watch it, that failed because it was a full thing. So each episode didn't have discussion. There's so many tidbits of bits that you've missed.
Yeah.
Because now I'm talking to you about Residence. I'm talking to you about it as a whole. I'm not talking about individual moments where there were great moments. Because we've lost that because we've watched it all in one sitting, haven't we? So
I sat down with, like, my partner and I, we were watching Paradise, and I would talk to her, and I'd be like, "What do you think's gonna happen?" Like, I'd be messaging her, like, "What do you actually think?"
I did that with my friends, and it was so fun because it felt like old times. You know, when
Exactly.
you're like,
We were like, "Oh,
I cannot wait for next
reading
week."
up on theories about it, and like,
Easter eggs and watching it.
Yeah.
Wonder what's gonna happen. WandaVision was like that.
WandaVision was great
That
for
was
that,
so
yeah.
good for that because that's what happened. Like everyone sat back and was like, "What's going on?" Like the first episode. What do you mean it's black and white? What? Oh, did you see the end bit where she did? And that's the bit that you. So movie producers and movie companies TV companies need to understand that that's where the conversations are. I know you want to throw it out in 1 week, but binge watching culture is kind of ruining film and TV.
It is, yeah.
I mean, I'm really impatient. So like, luckily I work with Netflix now, so they give me all of the episodes in advance. So I'm like, even though I'm saying it, but I also do love the discussions around it.
Exactly, yeah.
So I like, I've been watching House of Guinness, which is coming out on the 25th.
Yeah, I saw you posting. You were saying it's really
So
good.
Honestly, so
I'm excited to see it.
But again, it's going to be such a big drop that I think
Is it all at once?
It's all in once.
Okay.
But I've watched it because I've been busy. I've been watching an episode and then I've left and watched an episode. And I'm telling you, like, it plays on, like, not plays on you in the sense that it's so powerful, but it's like, oh, that's a good episode. Like, and it would be things that you'd want to discuss. But with it all being dropped, I know the in-between nuances will get missed where like the in-between certain moments and the characters' feelings or development, it just, you lose it because you're overall just looking at the entire storyline as one plot point. Sorry, I got really in depth.
No, it's great. I find that I find it really interesting, and I completely agree with you about all of that as well. It's like that's exactly how I'm feeling about the general state of the industry at the moment. I'm like, please just go back to like episode by episode and like just give us a 22 episode season, break it up, one a week.
Even if you wanted to do like this block givers episodes, then have these seasons longer. Like having an 8 episode season now means honestly. Like I as much as I work for with Netflix and I love them, but that is mugging me off. Like what's that other one that's on Amazon Prime? The Summer I Turned Pretty. I've never watched it.
I've not seen it either, but they're breaking that up constantly.
Wow, they broke that up, and I'm like, is it really that deep that you need to break it up? Like, just all give us weekly episodes, and then we will still have the excitement.
Literally,
the thing is, I will say, it's because streaming people like, was it subscribe and then unsubscribe? Yeah. So they want to retain. Which, if you think about it,
they'll retain
came out in August, came out in September, so they've got 2 months of streaming.
But think about if you broke it up week by week, how many more weeks you get out?
Exactly. If you give us 22 episodes, you've got a lot of time that people are going to be subscribing.
Drop it the last week of August, first week of September, and across.
I know. I think the problem we've got is because of the last sort of the strikes, the writer strike, actor strike. I think that's what sort of put everyone on the back pedal, which is why there's a lot of film book to series or book to film stuff happening because the work's already there. So we can just be a bit lazy and just be like, here's the screen thingy, here's a book, the source, screenplay it and done. Whereas it coming up with the new inventive ideas, which I think Hollywood is running out of because we are doing a lot of remakes and prequels and sequels. But then I do think we're in that era because of the production, like the time where we didn't have a lot of movies. Now we're moving into this just smash out films because we need the money in it. Like just get out like Freakier Friday or just throw us another Jurassic Park movie or whatever just to quickly get
just whatever the
bums
IP
in
is.
seats in it. That's why like Timothy Chalamet is in every movie is because they like,
Yeah.
you know, he brings in tickets.
Oh yeah,
to
there's so few of those people now as well.
Yeah,
That's the other
yeah.
thing. Like the movie star, like the movie star bringing like the audience going to see the star instead of the movie now is dead.
So true.
That's
That's
gone.
So true. Yeah.
Like whereas like the 90s, early
Yeah.
2000s, like that was
I grew up on Bollywood, so you imagine
Yeah.
for us, like if it was a Shah Rukh Khan movie,
exactly
or we went to watch it, regardless, that man could sit in that screen and talk for a 3-hour movie, and we'd still go, oh my god, let's go watch it.
Yeah.
So we watched it for the stars.
Yeah.
But I guess now we're watching it to see whether. But also, I will say, like on a slight side note, the industry. So I just did press stuff today, right? Yesterday for The Girlfriend. And I will say, so as a creator, so I'm good. This video is probably going to come out after I've already said this, but publicists and agents and people that work with celebrities or work in the industry haven't quite cottoned on that we are what's driving the publicity for you. Because to no disrespect to traditional media, we're not really reading newspapers for reviews or reading. Are we really?
Nope.
When was the last time you picked up a magazine or newspaper to check a review for a movie? What you doing? You type it in TikTok, innit?
Yeah, exactly.
Seeing what everyone's saying about it.
Yeah, just seeing what other people, people I actually trust, and like
your movie reviewers, your film reviewers who are genuine. That you know, I know the sort like Theories by T is my favorite because he does all the Marvel stuff. But like so many people, I'll go on their page and be like, if they liked it, or they're broken it down, I'm probably gonna like it. People do that with me. I have my little channel, and everyone's like, if you liked it, it's probably gonna be my cup of tea. But then we're not treated with that same level of respect.
Nope.
There was an agent who brought their client to me, and obviously, bear in mind, I've got like traditional media, the Metro, Hello Magazine, and all these other traditional things up and down the line.
Yeah.
They took them to every single one of them, and they were there for ages answering questions, doing the press and stuff. Brought to me, whispered in their ear, and then dragged them away from. Like literally, I asked one question, and they just sort of took them away, and I was almost like, you don't value that I could bring this so much more publicity, because
literally,
I'm not just saying just for my following alone. I'm saying the access that you have for this video has much bigger reach.
It's such a bigger reach, and they still don't realize that. They like all they got to do is look at the metrics of their like views on their website or something like that, and you'll see it's such a difference.
But they take them all the way to because they haven't caught up. They haven't caught up. A lot of companies have caught up. Netflix are brilliant for it.
Netflix are very good for it.
Payroll. They genuinely are so good for it. They are so smart with how they strategically align creators, and they really push the marketing. Like I went all the way to Sweden to go watch something be filmed, but they took me there. They were like, film whatever content you want. Here's 4 hours, do what you want in that. And I was like, 4 hours? I don't think I've ever been afforded that luxury. They were like, 4 hours, do what you want. If you want to, here's this thing, here's this set, open doors, do what you want, film what you want. I'm going to go and do EastEnders now later on. And they were the same. They were like, the set's yours. You got an hour, 2 hours, just wander about, do what you want within reason. Obviously, don't start talking about Coronation Street on EastEnders, but like, or don't start saying EastEnders isn't good. But like, within reason, just go and do what you want. And that's because they understand that these are driving us, that are driving the publicity to our shows. But some of them just aren't getting that. Like at the end of the day, your client having a funny clip or a funny viral moment means your show and your client is boosted.
Literally, like I wish they would understand that.
You know what I mean? But they don't. They very much like,
but that's never
take them over to the creator. You know what I mean?
This is what's worked, so this was always work. And like, no, you have to adapt with the times.
What about an article in the Guardian? Who's looking at that?
It's the same. It's the same with like what you were just at the Fringe. So like, it's the same with the reviews there. It's like that whole thing has changed now. The whole system of the Fringe has changed.
Yeah.
And like,
I had 0 reviewers in my show. I had them banned.
That's good.
I was like,
you don't need them.
I don't need them.
You don't need them.
Like, I don't need you to. And like, with all due respect, it's not for you.
It doesn't. Yeah, exactly.
The show was for my followers, and the show was for the Pavo gang. Like, I literally called it "I'm Rich You're Poor."
Yeah.
I'm in a blanket on the thing. I'm holding ice cubes. It is a very in-joke kind of show. So like, I was like, I know a lot will show up, and if they bring their friends or it goes outside, that's perfect.
Yeah.
But I don't need reviewers coming in going, it's not for me. It's not not for you. So I had a review by The Guardian, and they said about my show that it doesn't translate from screen to stage. but then also I'm selling out, and
Mhm.
people are coming to watch it and repeatedly watching it. So maybe it does, maybe it doesn't for you. But also, he wanted a ticket to the show, and I said no.
Yeah,
So then
that's
he had
why
to
he's
pay
pissed
for
off.
one.
Yeah,
So it was
yeah.
like, I'm gonna review bomb it, but I don't really care. Like I never made it for you.
It makes
Annoying
no
thing
impact
is when
on-
you type my name in, it's the first article that comes up on Google. But it's not a problem. I really don't care. But yeah, anyway, back to it. Yeah, so I think with traditional media it has its own space.
Yeah.
You know, but it is slowly declining to non-traditional media.
Yeah.
You still don't give us the level of respect that we deserve.
No, that's
and,
I find that infuriating when I see that as well. I'm like, this is not.
and we're not allowed to talk about it.
No.
So we can't talk about it because then that stops you maybe from getting work in the future.
Yeah.
Me, I'm careless. I'll do it. I made a video about it. I'm just putting subtitles on it to put it out. It'll come out today, probably after this podcast, but we'll see it. Because I'll be honest with you, it's disrespectful to other creators as
It
well.
is,
I'm not
yeah.
speaking on just my behalf. I will always have my other creators' backs. Like so you know, when it comes to like film reviews and like, you know,
Yeah.
I do press junkies and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I will decline them because if it's not a movie that aligns with me or my core audience, I'll say no because I'm not passionate about it.
Yeah.
But I'm not taking it because I'm also taking food off someone else's table.
Yeah.
I'm not that person that will ever take food off someone else's table to further myself because ultimately, like Formula One, I was meant to do press junkets for it. I'm not into Formula One. I don't think I've
What are you going to
ever-
talk about? Like, what,
I don't even care.
The passion will be gone, and the
Yeah.
audience will feel it,
Yeah.
and then you're just going to lose that.
And they don't connect with it.
Yeah.
So my audience don't connect with Formula One.
They're going to be like, "What are you doing that for?"
But then also, I will have done it because I got to interview Brad Pitt. But then ultimately, what I've done is somebody who's genuinely passionate about it, I've taken it from them.
Yeah.
So I love Marvel films. So when I don't get to do a press junket, but then I see somebody do a press junket who's done zero to little prep work for it.
Yeah.
Probably not even, doesn't even care, hasn't even seen any of the films, could not care less, but is doing it for publicity. I'm like, well, that's not really fair because I could have done that and I would have loved it.
Exactly.
Equally, I might have done something and somebody might have thought that about me, but I know that I will only ever take on projects I'm truly passionate about.
Exactly.
One thing I have had to do is there's a lot of stuff that I'm like, I don't watch, don't like, don't care about. I've had to take a step back and go, it's not just me, it's the audience.
Yeah.
So like, I might not like a certain show, but my
But if your
very
audience
female-led
does, yeah.
audience would love that show. So maybe I need to do this. So there's also that you know, that juxtaposition where you're like, oh, okay, maybe I do need to be a bit more like, okay, I'll watch it.
Okay, so let's finish up talking about the movie, and then we'll
Yeah.
get into the final section. Oh, actually, we've got a little bit of time still.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the movie itself, do you know what it's rated? Do you know what the Rotten Tomatoes is?
Oh, I know, because it's at the bottom end, isn't it?
It's not at the bottom end. I
It's
wouldn't
not
say-
right at the bottom end, but it's sort of like not rated like no Spider-Man Homecoming or
I mean, yeah,
No
it's
Way
not-
Home. You know what I mean? It ain't rated
Yeah,
there.
it's not that high.
But it also is not that kind of movie as well. Like,
Yeah.
I love that film and I think that is brilliant.
Yeah.
I know Eternals isn't as good as
It's
that.
the first. I will say it was the first. I believe it was. Yeah, I think it was the first Rotten of
Marvel.
the Marvel
yeah.
universe.
Yeah.
So it's 47%.
Rotten.
Yeah. So it's 47% is it's not great, but it's
Yeah,
not like
'cause
the worst. It's not like the worst it could be.
Yeah,
But
because what's the Marvels?
the Marvel. I think that was also.
That one's got a low one in it.
Yeah, I think it did. Oh, and that's 63.
Fresh or
Yeah, it's fresh. 60 and above is fresh.
okay. So they really
Interesting.
didn't like Marvel Eternals then, isn't it?
Yeah. So Eternal. I think it was Eternals, and then I think it might have been Ant-Man, Quantumania.
Or Thor Love and Thunder.
And yeah, those were the
Yeah,
three. I
yeah.
think those are like they
Yeah,
might be the
yeah.
three that are like.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But Ant-Man,
fine.
Quantumania, and Love and Thunder are way worse than this.
Yeah, I mean, I also did not think Quantumania was that bad. I must have a really
I really didn't like Quantumania,
It
and,
was-
and I love Ant-Man.
Yeah, it was a very convoluted sort of like, you're doing a bit too much here. And I
Yeah.
thought Thor Love and Thunder was just not needed.
No, I thought it
just
was so
not
excessive. Yeah.
needed film. And I think
It was.
it's-
I found it exhausting.
what's
to be honest.
what's your highest rated Marvel film then?
Mine?
Yeah.
Probably Black Panther. I'd say
Black Panther, yeah,
Yeah.
I'd agree. I think that's quite
Black Panther or
rewatchable.
Infinity War. One of those two. The first half.
Yeah.
Of it.
Oh God, that's such a good film, isn't it? I think the newest Spider-Man film is probably up there for me as well.
It's really good. Yeah.
Yeah. I love the crossover.
Yeah.
And I love the opening of the multiverse of like
It
allowing.
made me so happy.
I
I'm
know,
not gonna
just
lie.
seeing Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and be like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I also really liked, only because I love a throwback.
Yeah.
So I liked Deadpool and Wolverine because I
Yeah,
got
I
to
really
see
enjoyed
Elektra
Deadpool and
and
Wolverine,
like,
yeah.
all of that.
Yeah.
And like I said, like nostalgic moments of like your childhood, like seeing Johnny Storm as like, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
all that, the idea of
Like
all that is just so
like,
dumb.
oh, he's back.
But also, I also really liked Multiverse of Madness.
I did
for
like
its
it, yeah.
own thing. If you don't link it to like WandaVision, because
Exactly.
what they did to Wanda's character was just shocking.
Yeah.
But to link it in its own right and to like see another universe where your favorites are different people and all of that.
Yeah.
I will say Captain Carter, they've got to let go. They really
I know. I don't know
need
why
to
they
let-
keep bringing it back.
I just you try to make it happen.
Stop bringing
It's
it
not
back.
happening. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the people don't want it.
I love
as
how this
well.
has just turned into a Marvel podcast. It is.
I
Sorry.
mean, like
But yeah, I love superhero movies. I haven't got fatigue from it.
you still haven't got
No,
fatigue.
I want more.
Oh no, I definitely hit fatigue around this point.
Right.
Like, when around the Eternals, I was like, I just can't.
Yeah,
right now.
I think Infinity War, as in Endgame, was so strong that I think you were gonna come back very tough. It was gonna be a tough battle to come back from that.
And wasn't the first one after? Wasn't it Spider-Man? It was the Spider-Man one that was right after it, wasn't it?
What no, wasn't it Eternals that came after it?
Was it that or was it?
Because I feel like after Infinity, no, it was Captain.
It was Far From Home.
Far From Home.
Yeah, it came
But
out.
Far From Home was.
It only came out like a couple of months after
Yeah.
Endgame as well. What? I don't remember it coming out so soon after.
After Endgame.
Yeah, it came out like 3 months after.
But I feel like Far From Home wasn't linked, was it?
No, well, kind of, but like not.
What was Far From Home? Was that the one where
It was the one with Jake Gyllenhaal.
they come back?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it was a link, but it was a nicer sort of like.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't have a big, massive jump.
Mm.
What
So-
was after that?
Black Widow.
Well, that got panned as well, didn't it? Because how are you going
That
to
was
kill her
fine,
and then
but,
bring her
like,
back?
yeah.
It was a good movie,
Yeah.
but maybe earlier.
Yeah.
You just brought it out after
Yeah.
she's already dead, and then
Yeah.
you've gone, oh, this is her backstory. Why not just give her that a couple
Yeah.
of months earlier? Like, it just came out the wrong time.
Yeah,
And
and then Shang-Chi, which is a great film.
That's a good film as well.
I
yeah,
love
yeah,
Shang-Chi.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
Where was Shang-Chi during the Avengers and all that stuff?
I think he wasn't.
He blipped.
Like, yeah.
Oh, he wasn't. Oh, he
was-
wasn't Shang-Chi.
Yeah,
then.
I
It
think he was
wasn't-
like finding him.
Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, he was just working in there.
And then it was Eternals.
Yeah,
So
I get it. I get it.
mean-
Because you've got a lot of standalone stuff. Like you've got,
Mm.
although Spider-Man is a thing, it's kind of standalone. It's this aftermath of like,
and
it
he's
was a
also like
nice
an established character that
Yeah.
everyone loves.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
But it was a nice sort of aftermath on like, oh,
Yeah.
I wonder what happened. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like it was kind of needed
yeah,
because you
absolutely.
kind of wanted to see a different side of it. And I think even like Black Widow should just be moved there, and Eternals should have been moved earlier as well. And then I think it would have been okay.
Well, Eternals was supposed to come out a lot earlier, was what I was reading as
This
well.
is
And like,
right,
and then it
yeah.
got postponed because of everything that happened. But like, it's where did I read this? It was, what did it say here?
When was it originally scheduled for release?
Like almost a year before.
Yeah, see, that's where the problem was.
Yeah, I think it
Herein
got
lies the
moved
issue.
from like, God, there's so much trivia on this movie as well. I can't even find it. It doesn't like the point is it was scheduled to come out a lot earlier than it did, and then it got pushed because of COVID and because of like I think like the order of the Marvel universe where they were like, oh, we need to move this around, and then
Yeah.
I think that really affected it.
Yeah, that's what it is. After Infinity War, I think they lost their sort of after Endgame. Sorry,
After
I think they
Endgame, yeah.
lost their sort of like balance on like. I think they also got complacent because I think they thought
We'll see anything.
We'll do anything.
Yeah.
We're Marvel. We'll be fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
MCU. We'll just
Yeah.
throw out movies left, right, and center, and it'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Well, I think this is one of the problems as well. Is what they do is that they always at the end of each film they always set up for some big thing to happen.
Oh, I know.
And this one sets up such a big event. Like they've set up Thor's brother, not Thor's brother, Thanos' brother, coming into the universe, Harry Styles,
I
and
know. Poor Harry Styles didn't even come back.
Yeah.
Did he? Like, bye.
they did that, and then they did that with Brett Goldstein. With he's supposed to be,
Yeah.
oh God, who's he even supposed to be? Hercules.
Yeah. It's so dumb though because I think they did a lot of. But again, it's too much linking.
Yeah.
Too much back and forth. Like sometimes I don't need you to do that. I just need you to just do them a film and we don't need a big massive multiversal that's why Thunderbolts was good because I think it was a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Like Thunderbolts was like, in its own right, let's just deal with that immediate threat.
That's what I've heard about it, which
Yeah.
is like what everyone says.
We're
It's
just
like,
dealing with that immediate threat. No universe is ripping open. We don't need to be flying into space. We've got kind of issues on our planet that we just got to deal with, which is what superhero movies used to be.
Yeah.
You know, look, if you think back to the old Spider-Man movies or the X-Men things,
are
X-Men movies, we were just dealing
the
with the
best
problems right
ones.
now, innit?
Those are the most fun.
Yeah.
Those are the best
Like,
movies.
we've got some bad guys on our planet. Let's just deal with that problem instead of like flying to another universe.
Yeah.
And then also the Captain Marvel with this idea of like jump into universes like it's nothing. You know what I mean? I think that's
exhausting. Yeah.
They're doing too much. They're doing too much.
Yeah, they definitely do too much. And like I think that's what I know that these new ones are supposed to like be the end of the multiverse saga. Because like they just know that.
Yeah.
But now, like, why bring back? And this is the other issue I had. Why are you bringing back Robert Downey Jr.?
Oh, that one that annoys me. That annoys me because I think they could have opened the door up for another actor, another legendary actor to come in. There are hundreds of actors.
Giancarlo Esposito was rumored for it for,
you know
for years. And like
so many people that could have just dropped into that role and done a really wonderful job.
Yeah.
But then you were like, no, we'll just bring that Robert Downey Jr. and everyone's like, hey, but then I'm not excited for the future. I'll watch them because I'll watch them because I am gonna watch them. But I'm not. It doesn't make me excited anymore. Like I'm not looking forward to Doomsday.
I'm not. I'm
also
really
Doomsday.
not.
The chair thing was the dumbest thing you could ever do. How are you? You're so stupid for me to give me all the people that are coming back. So you know at any point. In Thunderbolts, I'm sorry, I know none of you are dying because you're on the chairs.
They did it before, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and also like Fantastic Four. I wanted the Fantastic Four at the end for failure. Yeah. We need to see our superheroes fail. Exactly. We need to see them be human and fail, right? Yeah. And also just mess up.
Yeah.
We don't do that anymore because they don't want to do that. Like at the end of Fantastic Four, I genuinely hoped, because I saw the theories online, that their planet was going to get destroyed. And that's why they had to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
We messed up. We need your help. Rather than we just threw one of the most powerful people. We pushed him into a black hole. Hole. Like,
oh god, it's frustrating.
Just
and like
mad.
I think this is going to be their downfall. I do think this. I do think. I don't know. I can see it. I can see the trajectory. And then like you can also see where. I know that Superman didn't do extremely well.
It was a fantastic movie though.
But yeah, exactly.
I loved it.
But people loved it, and that's the thing. People loved it, and people like this is a breath of fresh air. This feels like a comic book, and this feels like this is something. We want it. This is something we're begging for.
Yeah, we just want comic book, and we also want to just deal with the immediate problems.
Yeah.
Just deal with the immediate problems. Superman, Lex Luthor. That's always been the thing, right? Yes, there's a few other monsters and all that in.
But that's the same with any other old films.
But let's just have your problem is another human. You know what I mean? A bad guy. Let's just have a baddie. Yeah. That is thinking we don't need to have these big giant like Doomsday. I think it's going to be so overambitious.
It's going to go.
It's going to be
everyone's going to get like 3 seconds of screen time.
Yes. The amount of chairs there were, like the fact that they teased like Rebecca Romaine coming back, I was so annoyed. And like all the characters that we grew up on, like you're telling us they're coming back. Like why tell us they're coming back? Just let us see them in the. I think it was really fun for that moment, like in the cinema. I was there during the premiere for Deadpool versus Wolverine.
They did it during that point.
Yeah, and when we found out, when Elektra came and like you saw, who's the guy that played Blade again?
Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes.
When
you
great.
saw him come
that
up,
was great.
Everybody was... and then when Gambit came,
everybody
lost their mind. And the cinema was like, what? I'm not going to be like that because I already know they're in it.
Exactly. Exactly. And they're like, oh, but there's still more to come. Okay, well, now we know that, like... But we can also piece together who the others are going to be.
Like, but we haven't teased any of the other X-Men yet. They're all going to be in there. Yeah. You've literally for the last 20 or 30, 40 years of any character of any film that you've made, they're all going to be in Doomsday.
Yeah, literally.
Everyone's not excited about it.
And this is the other thing as well, is like so you mentioned Wesley Snipes as Blade and everything. The end of this movie, they tease the new Blade, Mahershala Ali. What has happened?
It's panned, isn't it? I mean, it's just been shelved.
What is going on?
Shelved the
movie. How hard is it to make that movie? Like, it's so easy, and then it became Sinners.
Yeah.
It just it turned into Sinners. Apparently, it's like that's the script.
Oh, is that what was the script?
Yeah, that was what it was going to be, and it's turned into Sinners. And look how great that was, and look how
Sinners
well
was
loved that was, and
phenomenal.
look, well, you've just
Oh yeah, because they could have literally just been Blade.
yeah. It
Like,
doesn't
they
need to
didn't
be
need the
anything.
twins. You could have just had Blade
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
Damn.
It would have been so fun.
Yeah. And yeah, well, this is
But
it.
they don't
I
want to make
agree
the
with
they
you.
don't want to make the the 18 rated Marvel movie. That's all it is now.
Well, at this point, you ain't going to make any money, are you? If we carry
Exactly.
if carry on going down the trajectory, I just think superhero. Now I'm at superhero fatigue. Now I watch them for the sake of watching them. But there's so many I just miss, and I just watch the theories online afterwards. I'm like, yeah, I'll just wait till somebody breaks it down for me.
Yeah.
I
mean,
but Ironheart, I feel bad for Ironheart because it is
great
in
character.
theory, great character. So much to have a character that you can put so much behind, but just come out at the wrong time.
Yep.
People are exhausted with the whole, the storyline that we're now just like, okay, I'm just gonna wait for Doomsday.
Yeah.
Anything in between. I mean, there's another Spider-Man movie coming.
Yeah, there is.
Before the Doomsday, isn't it?
Is it before? I don't know.
No,
I don't even know.
There is. Yeah,
I
there's a
don't
Spider-Man movie coming before Doomsday.
Great.
Yeah, I think so. From what I've heard.
And again, I know that they're all back. So again, like what they did-
Spider-Man, what's going to happen because they're all back anyway.
Yeah.
No
So
one's
like
gonna die.
the end of the last one is just
Yeah.
you just got rid of that again.
Yeah, and even like Fantastic Four, like when in the end of Fantastic Four, spoiler if you've not seen it, but it's been out long enough for you to see it, so it's your own fault. When Sue Storm died, I was like, she's not dead.
Yeah. Of course, she's not dead.
Rolled my eyes when they were all crying. I was like, yeah, you've literally told us she's in the next movie, so I don't care.
Yeah.
Just wake up already.
Yeah.
Like if I could fast forward in the cinema, I would have fast forwarded.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this isn't emotional enough for me.
Yeah.
Because you've just done that.
Exactly.
Like
Like
taken
yeah.
away.
They're taking away any excitement for what's to come.
Yeah.
And
I'm hoping that next year there's, because it's not until there's a year in it. There's a while yet.
I think so, but I think they finished filming it.
Yeah, have they only just finished filming it?
I think they finished filming.
But that's what I mean. I'm hoping that 12 months or 13 months before it comes out, 14 months before it starts getting or comes out or starts getting teased or whatever, we are left the superhero thing alone for a bit, and we kind of like, oh yeah, okay, let's get excited again for a film.
Yeah, just stop releasing them so close together.
Greedy in it, money.
Yeah, it's so greedy. Yeah. But yeah, like just to wrap up on this film, like so yeah, it's
you got the world's longest podcast. We've literally broken down all of it. I apologize.
This is great.
I do go off
This is exactly what I want.
Yeah. I love film and TV, so it's always really fun when I get.
This is
to
also
chat
why I
you
wanted to
about.
ask you on. Like this is what I want.
Anytime coming back. Honestly, we could go break down movies. I love what I talked about films. But anyway, you were saying?
Yeah. So but the audience score is 77%. So the audience did like it. And this is the other
Who is
thing.
it that didn't? The reviewers.
The reviewers.
Yeah.
And again, who cares?
Yeah, and also, who are the reviewers? No offense, but old white men.
Yeah.
There's going to be that, and
Yeah.
and I mean that in the most respectful way possible,
Yeah.
but that's the truth.
It is really
don't
true.
like anything that is not representing them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If they can't see themselves in the movie, they're like, oh, I can't be that hero. I mean, I'm sorry, we grew up, I'm a South Asian man. I grew up watching all white people on screen, and I could still relate to them. I don't understand why you can't relate to our stories or our struggles. You know what I mean? You just can't seem to see yourself in our struggles. But yeah.
I mean, this is the other thing. Like, I think Kumail in this, I think he's. I love Kumail Nanjiani. I don't think he's the greatest in this.
He's not at all. I just don't think. And also, for the love of God, we don't all have an accent. Just let it go. Let the accent and the whole scene with him becoming a Bollywood star and all that.
Yeah, that was annoying.
Really rubbed me the wrong way, because it's like South Asians in movies just can't be normal people.
Exactly.
And we've never had a South Asian, like Kamala Khan, although she is good, there's so much centered around her struggle and her identity, and she can't just be a normal girl. It was good. I really appreciated having a representation like that, but it's never just normal.
Yeah.
Her whole struggle. I mean, Kamala's whole struggle is that anyway from the comic books. But we can't.
But she was written it was a recent thing that was
written for that. But I don't know. I just didn't like the stereotypical.
I know
Kamal's character was just.
I do find it frustrating. I'm like, I just want to see them as superheroes, and like they just be who they want to
They
be.
are, yeah. They don't need to have like.
They just need to be. They don't,
But I think
yeah,
in
just
film
be.
in general, though, film in general, like if you ever see a Muslim or a South Asian character presented, there's always got to be this like struggle backstory. I went to when I was at Fringe, right? It might slightly go off topic, but when I was at Fringe, I watched Zainab Johnson, who's a Black American comedian, and she spoke about. There's one bit in her set where she talks about like her moving to the new house, and she's got this opossum, whatever it's called, that is like running riot or whatever. And she talks about him, and she's like, I named him, can't remember what she named him, Eugene. And she's like, me and Eugene, and all the story. And we were all like really buying it. And she went, what's really interesting is like when it comes to like a like a white comedian, they can stand on stage and just talk about a horse for an hour, and everyone like applauds it. But when it comes to like Black, especially because she was a Black female Muslim, they were like, but where's your Black female Muslim struggle? Like, can you not stand on stage and talk about Black female Muslim struggles for an hour? Well, no. Like, I didn't do my show doesn't. It has like Asianisms. Like, I do take
because that's still part of your personality. That's still part of who you.
But it's not who I am. Just
it's
like,
not the only part of you.
Yes, exclusively who I am. So like and then a lot of the people that watch it will be like, oh my God, you should totally lean more into the Asian stuff. But I'm like, oh, but I also have so many other stories. Like, I was a teacher, I worked in a morgue. I have so many other stories to tell. Exactly. I love movies.
You don't only have to talk about.
Do you know
how
long it took us to convince companies that Asian people watch other movies outside of Bollywood? Do you know how long it's taken, like, for us to be able to be taken seriously on red carpets and stuff like that? Like, as a South Asian person, it's a rarity to have me on a red carpet.
It is
because they didn't. I like. There's another girl called Zainab, and she does red carpets and stuff. It's more her bag. Like, she's more a journalist and stuff. I just do like entertainment stuff. But she like to have us on the red carpet is because they didn't believe that. Well, because I think they just felt that only Asians watch Asians. Like, so
it's No,
I have such a big community. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they all watch movies, and a lot of Asians do watch films. We watch, but also, do you know, subscriptions? If you think about it, South Asian people had subscriptions in the 90s, man.
Yeah.
My parents were subscribing to ZTV, B4U, Z Cinema. They had subscriptions before subscriptions were even a thing. So you want to talk about people that paid
the
money for
forefront of
subscription.
it,
we knew subscriptions before we had Netflix and Hulu and all these.
But you did Brown Sauce, and you saw like the like people talk, like when we started that because we're like, we want to see like the Asian community represented, but we want to see them talking about different things. And like and this is one of the things we talk about on the course that we do when we get the newer comedians in and everything. We're like, we're like, you don't, like, your identity doesn't have to be purely about, like, or your jokes don't purely have to be about this stuff. You can talk about anything to do.
And I will say, you don't have to poke fun at your culture.
Exactly. And this is one of the biggest things we tell them. Please do not do that.
Yeah. Because I'm so sick. Like, all the big comedians, and I get it. That's how they probably were being able to be taken seriously, which is why they can do Taskmaster, or they can do Apollo, Live at the Apollo, or these big stages, or, you know, Question Time, or, you know, all these talk shows, is because they were sort of taking the mick out of the culture to make audiences laugh at them. But I've shown you can do it without doing that. Like, I don't take the mick out of our culture. If anything, I proudly display it on the red carpet wearing an Asian outfit when they don't even ask me to. I'm like,
exactly.
They're like, cocktail. I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna wear a Sherwani. Wednesday premiere, Sherwani. That's what I do. But I get it, because again, it's really difficult to be in a position where I am, and it's like having money and then saying to a poor person, don't worry about money, well, because you've got it. Exactly. So like, anytime I ever preach or give like advice, people are always like, well, you've made it in whatever that means, because I don't think I have, but like, you've done that in your space. So you're okay to be able to be like, I don't take a lot of work, well, I have to take all the work. Or I don't do Asian jokes, but I have to, in order to get where you are. And so I do get it, but at the same time, you can pave a way, and the struggle is harder.
There are ways,
but there's ways to do it.
There are definitely ways to do it. And
we just don't need to be the butt of the joke anymore.
No, exactly.
I'm not, and especially with the current climate, with the current climate outside, I'm not having watching the minute I see a comedian put an accent on, I turn it off. I'm like, don't want to see you. Like, my dumb mum, my immigrant mum talks like, I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? Like, your parents are at the moment the forefront of all conversations about why we are lower class citizens than other people. And what you're going to go and do is then sit in a room full of white people and take the mick out of the parents who fought so hard for you to have the privilege to be here.
Yeah, literally.
Like, don't get me wrong, I poke fun at my mum, but I poke fun at like just our culture, not like religion or culture. I poke fun at like stupid practices. I'm like, my mum's getting old now, so like it's more of a universal thing.
Yeah,
it's not like my dumb Pakistani mum smells like curry. Oh, I'm not doing that to my mum. Like, I'll talk about stuff where I'm like, she just loves to hoard stuff. But I think that's a universal mum thing where they love to hoard stuff. Yeah. And I'll talk about universal things. I'm like opening the fridge and there's like 15 tubs of margarine, which is just a universal thing. We grew up, opening the biscuit tin and there's just sewing equipment in there. Universal,
everyone knows this
annoying things that we all just live through. But not in a case of like, she's stupid because she's an immigrant. Like, no, I'm not. I'm not putting that.
No, that really makes me angry when I see that. And like, This is what we had Brown Sauce for. Is like, we want to show that range of comedy and show that anyone can talk about anything within those and about their lives, and that everyone is different, like in those ways.
And you all have so many stories outside of just being Asian, innit?
Exactly.
So,
but that's what it is.
we might be preaching to the choir here, or preaching to like an empty room, because some people are just going to carry on. But it is what it is. As long as, even if like we say it and like other people resonate with it, it's always helpful to have that conversation.
Absolutely, yeah.
Even if you cut this out of the podcast.
I'm not cutting this out. I want that in. That's actually staying in.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to the final segment then, which is the reverse of what we've talked about, which is a movie that is well reviewed and well loved that you actually think is a bad movie.
I will say Oppenheimer, because Oppenheimer, meh.
Yeah.
It was all right.
Absolutely.
It weren't as big as they were making out. Like, people were like rushing to the cinema, Barbenheimer. Yeah. Oh my God, it's going to be, I think it's a Christopher Nolan film.
Yeah, it's Christopher Nolan.
Cinematography, artistry, as a director, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Is it an amazing film? No. I will say as well, this one's going to get me crucified. Interstellar.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, I love the score. I love the cinematography. I love the idea of like they're on a planet and then time has passed, because time dilation blows my mind.
Yeah,
right? Space-time dilation blows my mind. However, the rest of it, I do not know what happened. The back and forth when he's in this QB base and he can see his daughter through these curtains and the bookshelf. Oh, give me strength. Bore off. Turn it off.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Sorry.
I completely agree. I don't get the hype.
Yeah.
I do not. There's so many Christopher Nolan films. I do not get the hype.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Christopher Nolan. I mean, I'm looking forward to Odyssey.
I mean, of course you are, because it's like...
Yeah, and also I want the work.
Yeah, sorry, just to wrap the podcast up, like, thanks so much for coming on.
No, thanks for having me.
How can we, do you want to tell how we find you online? It's very easy to find you online.
I've got a small channel. Shabaz Says everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Not really Snapchat, but that's what I do.
I would hope not.
Yeah, I know. I'm not 12, am I? TikTok, Instagram. I make funny videos. I do film reviews, all that stuff. So
all great stuff. And you would have definitely seen Shabaz's videos online. You've definitely come across him at some point. Like, he's prolific online.
Yeah, God, everywhere. Yeah, people say that to me, and I'm like, I just don't see it. Myself.
You are absolutely like. When I told my partner I booked you for the she was like, oh my God.
Do you know what? I'm so glad that you actually asked me directly, because there's a lot of times that gets lost in translation with like managements and
I've
stuff.
had that before, and that's why I tend to like reach out.
And it's always nice, because I always try to do it. Like, to me, it never bothers me like where the podcast is on its journey or whatever. I just want to do it if it's fun. Like, if it matches what I want to do. I was like, when you said, film and TV stuff, I was like, yeah, let's do it. And like, look at this I mean, I swear we've been filming for an hour and 2 hours now.
Yeah, I know. I think.
Damn. Sorry for the editing.
No, it's great.
But no, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much for coming on. Yeah.
Oh, I appreciate it. I'll come back when you do your live show.
Yes, please.
When you do an All-Stars version.
An All-Stars version will be amazing.
That'd be so fun, isn't it? Bring everyone back. Yeah,
Each person has to defend a different one.
Oh, that's so fun. We have to defend. Yeah, and
someone else's.
Defend somebody else's. That'd be hard. Can you imagine? Yeah. But yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you. Yeah. That's the end of the episode. Please help feed the algorithm by rating and reviewing wherever you listened. We're also on Patreon now, so if you want ad-free video episodes amongst other things, get yourselves on there and see if you want to subscribe. And I'll see you next week for more movies that critics got wrong.